Well, guys, what's up? I'm the Shield Skater, and we are here today at the Shit Podcast with a very special guest. He's a skate filmer, he also is a skater. He is Chris Gregson. How are you, Chris? How is it going?
What's up, guys? I'm good. Stoked to be here. Shit magazine.
Okay. Can you introduce yourself, please? The skateboarding community wants to know you.
My name is Chris Gregson. I'm a professional skateboarder and a filmer.
You're a filmer. And talking about that, what do you prefer, to skate or to film? What?
I prefer to do both, you know. The best days are the days that I get to skate and get a trick and film a trick, you know. I grew up doing both, so I always just filmed my friends and made videos as a kid, so it's like I feel like it all just kind of goes hand in hand.
Okay, and you always has been a filmer. When you start to skate, you start with your camera too, or was a process, you know?
I skated for a few years, and then like once you like kind of start like learning more about skateboarding, you discover like skate videos. So then once I would get videos, me and all my friends were just like, we got to make our own video, you know? So I just was the only one that ended up getting a camera. So like me and all my friends would just film each other and make videos. And yeah, then I just like, there's so many times you're out skating, but not actually skating yourself. And that's whenever I would just film. And then I just kept doing it, you know?
Okay, that's great. And what do you think about the process of filming? Because you are a filmer of bowling and skate, and I think that filming bowl skating is so different than filming street skating. Do you think that? How is that experience?
Well, I grew up filming street skating. Like I grew up with filming that skater. Colin Provost was like my best friend.
Oh,
so like
nice.
We would always, and Figgy and John Dixon and David Loy, like that was kind of like my crew when we were like really young. So it was like, obviously they were all really good, but they're all like street skaters. And then, so I only filmed street skating, and then me and Colin kind of got more into the transition side of things. And then like, that's kind of, I grew up skating vert, so the bowls and all that stuff kind of like came more natural to me than jumping down big rails. But I didn't really film transition skating until like the last like 5 years maybe. Like I always just filmed street, and then yeah, like I don't even know, it just kind of like it happened that I would just like always be at like Washington Street skate park in San Diego. It's like a DIY under the bridge, and a bunch of my friends we would just skate there every day. And then I ended up getting a camera again, and then I was like, oh, I could just follow my friends around the skate park. Like I didn't think anything of it, and then it's pretty crazy to see like how far it's came, or how far it's gotten me, even though it wasn't really what I grew up filming or doing, you know?
Yeah, that's great. I understand. And what do you think about the difficulty of filming in transition? As you were saying, is so different than filming in a street.
I mean, it's more like filming a line in the streets, you know, like.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, I'm just very comfortable skating transitions and bowls, so I could focus more on what the camera's doing rather than worrying about falling, because really all I'm doing is kick turning and like maybe rolling in or like an ollie here or there, whereas that all to me is, you know, I'm pretty comfortable that I'm not going to slam, so I could focus more on where the camera is and how steady the camera is and stuff like that. Whereas like, you know, like a street skater feels more comfortable skating street.
Yeah.
So like when they're ollieing up curbs, filming and stuff, like they don't even think about it. And that's the same. It's the same with me in skating transition. It's just like, I feel comfortable skating transition. So when I'm following it's not really as difficult as some may seem, just because it's second nature to me. So yeah, I wouldn't say one. I feel like if you're good at skating transition, filming bowls and stuff isn't that difficult.
Okay, it's not going to
But
be a problem. And
yeah,
where are the eyes of the filmer in that moment? In the camera, in the board, in the transition?
no, like I usually worry more of, it just depends. Like if it's just like me riding on flat, carving and kick turning, I'm usually looking at the camera or the skater, and
Yes.
like to make sure I'm not going to run into him or like collide. But usually, yeah, I don't usually ever really look at my board or what I'm doing. Like I usually look at the camera or the skater.
Okay. And do you have to do tricks sometimes? I wonder when the skater arrives to the cabin, do you think like in a rock and roll or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a process. Like it's like a puzzle, you know, you got to put the puzzle pieces together, but like sometimes the puzzle pieces don't fit. So you got to like work around, like, okay, like you want to do this, but I could only go, like sometimes if the skater's regular and I'm goofy, it kind of messes it up because I have to take a different line than they do. But at the end of the day, it's just like we just work, the skater and me work together and we like figure it out, you know. It's definitely like not easy. It's like it takes both of us, the skater and me, to like make something that works, you know.
Okay, that's nice. It's a nice process.
Yeah.
And what do you think? It's difficult to have a career in filming, you know, more difficult than being a skater.
I think nowadays, I mean, when I was growing up, like they'd put a skate video out like 2 or 3 times a year, maybe, you know, like that was it. And they were like on DVDs, you had to go to the skate shop, you had to buy it. Like you'd watch it hundreds of times. I don't think it's like that anymore. But like with social media and Instagram and all that stuff, it's like there's videos and parts coming out every single day. So it like definitely is just a lot different than what it was when I was younger as far as making videos and all that stuff goes. So I think it kind of helps filmers nowadays because there is a need for so much content that it kind of keeps us busy as far as filming goes, you know. I feel like photographers struggle a little more because there's not many magazines around.
Okay.
You know, it's like there's Thrasher, and other than that, I mean, there's Low Card, like Transworld went out of business, Skateboard Mag went out of business. You know, it's like there's not many places for photographers to put their photos, but the internet is filled with videos. So it makes it kind of easier for filmers, I feel like, rather than photographers nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. But in nowadays, I don't know. Everybody can film a trick with her phone or with his phone.
Exactly.
Everybody can be a filmer. What do you think is the difference between an filmer and a professional filmer like you?
Yeah, what do I think the difference is?
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot to set up a real camera, you know, like I feel like anyone could kind of like hold a GoPro and just like film with it, you know, but it's like to be able to set up like real equipment and like know like how to work with like different like frame rates and stuff like that, like kind of all like makes you be a filmer, you know, like there's a lot more than to just like picking the camera up and pushing the button, you know, like certain things look better in certain frame rates. Whereas like if you know something's going to be slow-mo, you would have to film it in like a 60 or above frame rate, you know, or it's like, you know, like if you want it to look like a cinematic movie, you film it in 24 frames per second. But it's like there's all those little things that like the normal person wouldn't think about, but you know, there's a lot that goes into it other than just like being good at filming, you know. And I think that like makes a big difference between like an amateur and a professional filmer, is like knowing how to do all that other stuff, you know. Like I'm so amateur when it comes to that stuff too, like, but I enjoy learning it, you know. Like I grew up just like filming skateboarding, you know, that was it, you know.
That was it.
So I know how to film a skateboard clip really well, you know, but it's like, to me, it's like I enjoy like trying to learn how to be more like have more of a cinematographer's eye rather than a skateboard filmer's eye. But it's kind of like skating. It's like you could always keep learning, you know. I think that's why I enjoy filming as well, because I feel like I'm always progressing just like I do when I skate, you know.
You're always improving. That's nice. And how was that learning process? Did you study something, or all was in the streets with your hands filming?
Yeah, I never had anyone. I kind of just taught myself, you know, like by filming all my friends all the time, and then you like kind of learn things, and like you meet other filmers that like give you advice here and there that like help you like make your stuff look better, you know. It's just like if you just put yourself out there and go film your friends and meet people, like, you know, like you'll learn more doing that than like watching YouTube tutorials, you know. You just got to get out there and just trial and error, you know.
Yeah, we need to look into the practice. And well, you were talking about the settings, the good settings that we need for the skate clips. What would be your advice of those settings for skating? The standard settings, but that you see, okay.
I mean, for me, like whenever I'm filming skateboarding, I film the skateboard clip in 60 frames per second, because you have the option to slow it down if you want. But if you know it's going to be slow-mo, then you could film it in 120 frames, which like is like a way bigger file, but it's mainly going to be slow-mo. And then all the other B-roll stuff, like the people like throwing down or like working on a spot or like kind of the storytelling stuff, I film all that in 24 frames per second. So mostly the stuff's in 24, all the skate clips are in 60, and then the slow-mos would be in like 120 frames per second.
Okay. And what do you think? I also like to film skateboarding, but I never have understand the 24 frames. 24 frames between the three frames. I have heard that 24 is more cinematic, but man, it
has like a little bit of a glitch to it, you know.
Okay.
Like sometimes you'll see videos with like a little bit of a glitch to it, like, but it just kind of tells your eyes that you're not watching like a skate clip, you know. Like it just looks a little different, so that you know, like, okay, this is a build-up, and then like the skate clip's usually in like a more HD quality, you know.
Okay, that's nice. I'm going to take note of that.
Yeah.
Okay, which skaters and filmers can you see as a reference to you and inspire you to be better? Which are your references as a skateboarder and filmer?
I mean, as a kid, I looked up to like the famous skaters and the famous filmers, you know, like, because that's all I knew. But like now that I'm a little older and more involved in it, like I feel like I'm the most like motivated by my like peers and my friends and the people that I skate with and my other friends that I film with, you know. Like there's this dude Tyler Wilcox that works for Independent Trucks. He's the indie filmer, and like he has like a different eye than I do, and is like it, like, to me that helps me like push myself, surrounding myself with people that are better than me at filming, you know. It's like if you're same with skating, like if you're skating with people that are better than you, you're going to want to push yourself to be as good as them, you know. So it's like there's filmers, this dude Alan Hannon, who's the primitive filmer. He's like, he only films street skating, but like all of his stuff's like phenomenal. Like I'm a huge fan. And then I mean, there's like all the people that I grew up looking and watching videos, like Ewan Bowen. He was like the dude who made all the Flip videos, and I worked for Flip. He was like my boss when I was younger. He taught me a lot. Like you know, there's just kind of been a lot of people that have helped me out along the way that I more look up to them than like
Okay.
the bigger named people, you know. But yeah, I think just whoever like pushes you to be better at what you do, like that's who I think, you know, like that's the best people to surround yourself with and
Yeah, that's
make
really
you better.
true. And how is your style for filming? How do you can describe your style? The
I mean,
uniqueness of your style of filmer, maybe.
I'm a skateboard filmer, you know, like that's it. Like
That's it. But in the style, maybe the transitions, maybe you did, maybe you do so close shots.
I mean, I just think I mean I really enjoy the follow lines the most because as a skateboarder, it's more fun for me to film someone while I get to skate also, rather than just sitting there and pushing a button. It gets kind of boring, you know.
Yeah,
So like following my friends around is definitely my favorite style of filming. But then I like to try to see how cinematic I can get to like match like a story to the follow lines so that it's not just like follow line, follow line, follow line. Like, I mean, every story, every line in clip tells its own story. So, you know, I try to incorporate that to show that it's not just like, I mean, it's hard because you only see a video part that's cut down and you only see the make. So I try to incorporate some kind of story to go with the footage, you know, so that it's more interesting to like a normal person who can't understand what every trick is, you know, and to give a perspective like that feels like you're there.
yeah,
I think it's important.
I agree, and that's the feeling that we need to show in the films.
Yeah.
Like the storytelling, and that process is something that you have like a plan before you arrive to the spot and film the skater, or
No, never.
never.
No, because it's like sometimes, you know, like Tony Hawk, the only person that's ever asked me to do it was Tony Hawk. Like we filmed that firing line where I ollied over the channel with him on his vert ramp.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me like, how many walls do I need to hit? And I was like, whoa, I don't even know how to answer that question. Like, it's just like whatever the skater feels comfortable doing and whatever the skater wants to do, I try to just work around them, you know? Like they usually have the vision and the idea of what they want to film. And then I just try to like do my best to make it look as good as possible and show it in a different perspective than another filmer would, you know?
Okay. See, you adapt to the situation in the moment, and you
Exactly,
adapt to the
yeah.
style of the skater.
For sure. Everyone skates different, you know? Like some people are like really good at big air. Some people just want to go really fast. Some people want to get technical, you know? It's like how you film each person is like caters to them as a skateboarder, you know? Like sometimes like it looks better. Like you want to see Grayson Fletcher just go really fast and blast airs, you know? Like, whereas like someone more like me, I'm more technical when it comes to transition skating, you know? Like I can't, you know, and it's like but like the styles of skating like match the filming. Like I love filming Grayson because he's so wild and fast and crazy and it's exciting, you know? And that to me like is the funnest to film, you know? Like when I'm on my toes, like not knowing what they're gonna do, like it makes it that much more exciting for me, you know?
Yeah, that's great. A lot of skaters that you have filmed, I imagine. What is the skater that you enjoy to film the most?
The most, probably Tom Starr.
Tom Sharp?
Yeah, just because I mean I've known him since he was 14, and I've kind of helped him like learn how to film these video parts, and we've been working on this part now for like the last 2 years that is gonna blow everyone's minds. Like he's like been pushing himself like so far past his comfort zone, but like in like making tricks that even he's like can't believe, you know, like. And to me, it's like, that's my favorite. Like when I could, like my friends blow my mind, you know, and then like I get to film it, and like, it's like, we're all like, it's like a celebration together, you know? And like, I enjoy working on things with people too, that like have like a drive to like make this end product as good as possible, you know? And like Tom is like really trying to make this part like the best part it could be, you know? So it's like, at least right now, he's my favorite person to film. So I really enjoy filming Colin Provost too. Every time it's like he's another one that just blows my mind. Like he could just skate anything and everything, you know. Like, he could skate a curb and it looks like he could blow your mind on skating a curb, you know. Like, but we've been filming a lot for the New America video is going to be him and Figgy. So I've been filming a lot for. Of Colin stuff for his New America part that's going to be insane.
Okay.
So, yeah, right now Colin and Tom, those are my two favorite people to film.
Okay, so are you working with these both skaters this year and filming them?
I'm working on a lot this year. I mean, I'm filming a creature part with Vincent Matheron. I'm doing this part with Tom. I've been helping Colin a lot with the America part. Jake Wooten's helping with a Santa Cruz part for him. Then Tristan Rennie just turned pro for Blood Wizard last week, and his part comes out on the 27th in 2 days on Thrasher. I've been working on that for like 2 years. He's the best pool skater in the world, hands down. And then, like, this part will blow people's mind too. So I've been working on a lot during the quarantine, you know. There's no contest and no events, so it's like everyone's down to just go and like try to film, you know. There's not much else like that we could do. You know?
How is the process when someone wants to film with you? Someone call you like, hey Chris, I want to film with you, or how is that? Or maybe
I mean, whatever, you know. Like luckily I'm friends with pretty much everyone, so it kind of like, if anyone has any ideas, like, yeah, they'll hit me up or I'll hit them up, or you know, it usually just comes naturally. Like, it's not like, it's not really like a scheduled thing. Like, we're going to meet here and do this at this time, you know. It's just like, yo, let's skate today. Like, whatever, you know. And it's like, if they don't want to film, like, I'll just skate with them, you know. Like, some days people aren't feeling it, you know. And it's like, you don't want to like force people to skate if they don't want to skate. And that's why I think people enjoy filming with me, is because there's less pressure. Because like, if they don't want to film, like, I'm just as happy just skating, you know.
That's very important, because when we are filming, we feel the pressure because we are not landing the trick, and we feel like, oh my god, the filmer is getting stressed.
Yeah. But no, I've been in that situation way too many times, you know. Like, I've been the one trying tricks for hours and hours, you know, and like, so I know what it feels like to suffer, you know. And it's like, I think that like it makes the skaters more like not get as like worried about it, you know, because they know that I've been in the same position that they've been in, you know. And when I give them advice, it's like, it's not coming from nowhere. It's like, I've been in your shoes, like, you got this, you know, like one more try, just end it, you know. You like, I don't know, because there's like a fine line of like motivating someone and making them feel pressured, you know. And it's like, I don't ever want to make people feel pressured. I just want people to be stoked and like want, you know, at the end of the day, like if the skater's happy, like I'm happy, you know.
That's the best feeling. I agree with you. And talking about that and the qualities, what do you think is the best quality of the 3 best qualities that a filmer needs for skating, for filming skating?
You have definitely self-motivation, film everything, like fucking everything, because it's way better to have more footage than not enough footage when you're editing. And then
Yes.
just know that the skater, like, we're here because of the skater, you know, like
Okay.
without the skater, we wouldn't have our job. We wouldn't be able to point our camera at like such amazing stuff without them. So it's like, you know, at the end of the day, like whatever the skater wants, like try to just keep them happy, I guess, you know, like that's a very important thing.
Okay. Okay. I like those three advices. And what do you think about the editing part? You also edit the footage that you film?
What was that? Say that again. Sorry.
Do you enjoy the editing part in the process? The
Oh
post
yeah.
production?
I mean, I think it's amazing, you know, like I love like getting to travel and like with your friends and like work on a project, you know, like there's nothing better. It's just like, especially if you're friends with the person you're working with, you know, it's like there's nothing better than like doing what you love to do and traveling the world and filming a video part, you know, like, or skating contest, whatever it is, you know, like I think just, yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Okay, okay. And what do you think? Where is the magic of the videos? In the post-production or in the moment when we are with the camera capturing the moment?
I think it just depends on what you're filming, you know, like you could film like a documentary style video and it could be just as impactful by like seeing and watching the process of like attempts and slams and like getting close and then finally making it. But it also like seeing a video part that's edited down to a song, like, you know, like it shows a little bit more personality about the person, you know, like this is the music they're into, this is like, you know, like, and it shows a lot about the filmer too. Like, I mean, I definitely enjoy watching parts more that were filmed by like one person rather than like 20 filmers, you know, because you could kind of like, it's that one person's vision.
That's true.
You know, rather than like 20 other filmers' visions like combined into one part. So it's like, for me, I would rather watch an edit or a part that was all filmed by one person. But that's just because I like to pay attention to like each filmer's different little like techniques and editing techniques and filming techniques and, you know, all that stuff. And it's like,
and the cinematic vision that the skater, that the filmer have.
Exactly. Like for me, I love like, I mean, I enjoy having another person there to film, like, so like in case I fuck up or whatever, but it's like at the end of the day, like if I have a vision in my head, like I want to edit the piece, you know, and I want to film it all because it's no one else is going to have the same vision that I have in my head,
That's
you know?
true.
And I like to make like it. I put a lot of pride into all the stuff I film and edit and all that stuff. So it's like to me, the music, the filming, the skating, everything kind of is just like one collective masterpiece, you know, like it's like everyone's hard work put into one thing. And to me, that's like a really valuable, important part of skating is to film video parts and push yourself outside your comfort zone while you're filming. And, you know, like at the end of the day, you'll have like something you're super proud of and the film's proud of, the skater's proud of. It's just like, to me, that's like, yeah, that's my favorite shit for sure.
Okay. And it's not a problem when more than a filmer wants to be part of
No way, it's awesome, like especially if you're like working with each other, you know, like I mean there's definitely scenarios where you're like filming with someone else there that you're not communicating and working together, and then it kind of like isn't as that good. But like I feel like, yeah, for me, like I love having another filmer there, especially if we're like, all right, like you get that angle, like, cause it's going to look really sick from there. And then I'll try to pull back this way so that like, I'm not in your angle, you know, and then you get two great angles rather than one, you know, like, and especially if it's like, you're working together, it's like, on a trip you could create like such an epic thing, like, you know, with two people's visions like working together, you know. It's just like as like a team, you know. Like I think that's like I love having help for sure, you know. But then I said there is like certain pieces where you're like I have a vision and I don't want anyone else to fuck with it, you know. But like on a trip or like like, you know, for Blood Wizard it's like I'm a filmer, but we also have another filmer that like, you know, films me and like the other team and stuff like that, you know. And it's like he's one of my best friends, and it's like, you know, I love working with other filmers and collaborating and like, you know, putting their like magic to like my follow filming or whatever, you know, like, and seeing what it all looks like, you know. I think that's a huge part of it, and you get to learn a lot from by filming with other filmers. It helps you grow and learn more and like see other angles and things you don't see with your eye, you know, like that someone else's eye would see. So I think all that's super important as far as like growing as a filmer or growing even as a skater, you know.
Yeah, and it's better for the result to have more hands in the process.
For sure, but there's a point where there could be too many cooks in the kitchen, you know. Like you don't want you don't want like 5 filmers, like, and then like 3 of the angles look like shit because they're just, you know, one
filmer wants red and one filmer wants blue.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I love the red cameras. I think those are amazing, you know, like if I could have one, I would, you know, but they're just so expensive.
Yeah. And talking about videos, which is your favorite video of the skateboarding world?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, like, there's these, like, growing up, like, cause me and my friends would make videos, you know? So there's these dudes from Arizona that they called, like, their videos are called a happy medium. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but they're like, like me growing up, like as a kid, like those dudes were making like homie videos that were on professional levels, you know, like looked so good, like better than most like videos that companies were putting out, you know. And like to me, like as a kid, like I was like, that's what I want to do, you know, like I want my videos to look like a happy medium videos, like Buster and Hunter, they're brothers that film the videos, you know. And that just goes back to like how I was saying, like if you work with another filmer, you could create something great. Like they're brothers, so they obviously like feed off each other, you know, and like push each other, and like each video gets better and better, you know, like to this day. Like, and to me, like whatever, the O'Shea brothers like have always made some of my favorite videos. And then like even growing up, like I really liked this filmer Alex Lewandowski. He made like the Buena skateboards videos, and then he did like the mystery video, and then he filmed for Death Wish. But like he always had like these golden colors that were just so crisp, and like he could film with a VX like better than anyone, you know. It's like I feel like a lot of my favorite videos and filmers were like VX filmers, because that's like when I was the most like, holy shit, like I can't believe these dudes could do this, you know. Like now that I'm like the HD thing, it's like, I don't know, it's just different to me, you know. There's dudes that could do it so well, you know, but it's like I'll always like value and just love that like VX look, just because that's what I grew up watching. And you know,
and you film both VFX and
I have a VX still.
Okay.
But like I mean, like companies and everyone wants HD now, you know, so it's like, but it's so fun to have to like, for whatever, like I love it, you know, like it's the camera I grew up using, it's the camera I learned on, like, or whatever. But I mean, there's also dudes, like I said, like that are like really good at HD filming, you know, like Greg Hunt, like there's, you know, like you and Bowen, Ty Evans, obviously you can't, like, you know, he's like pushing it so far, you know, like like how cinematic can we make this look, you know, like I mean, and then like you could go back, Spike Jones fucking made skate videos, and look at him, you know what I mean? Like there's like those dudes that I think like I look up to, because it's like they've gone so far past skating, you know, but like they all started from skateboarding. Like Spike Jonze made all the girl videos, you know, like, and it's like he's now like one of the most famous directors in the world, you know. It's like, and it's like, but he still like loves skateboarding. And like Ty Evans, you know, like the stuff he's filmed and the stuff he does is like so next level, you know. And it's like, to me, that's kind of like, you know, without people like them, like they've been pushing filming since like day one. Like, you know, like I grew up watching their videos fully flared, you know. Ty like obviously like changed everything with that, you know. And it's like he's still progressing and still pushing it, you know. And to me, that's like, I mean, you can't, it's like very admirable, you know.
But what do you think about video parts between the past and nowadays? Because, you know, Fully Flared, for example, 2007, and the video parts of those times were like 1 hour long.
Yeah.
But now with social media, the skaters do a trick and that's it for Instagram.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like I said, it's like there used to only be like 3 videos a year, you know. So it's like when you wanted them to be an hour long because you were going to watch it so many times, you know, and you waited so long to see this video. Yeah. So you're like, yeah, fucking make it 2 hours long. I don't care. Like, I'm going to watch this thing so much, you know, like, but nowadays it's like kids watch a part once usually and it's lost forever in the internet, you know, like, so it's like, I feel like nowadays it's smarter to just like put video parts out consistently to stay relevant, because that's just like the way skateboarding is right now. Like, do I love it? Not really, because like I grew up watching full length videos and like all that, but like, I mean, yeah, we live in a world with goldfish brains, you know, like everyone's just like watches it and they're like, all right, I need to see the next thing now. Like, what's next, you know? Like they don't like value them like the videos and like they used to, you know?
Yeah, I understand. And don't you have problems as a filmer? If, for example, I go with you to El Toro and I do a 360 flip down El Toro, and I ask you to give me the clip, but you maybe say to me like, hey, let's keep that clip for a video part. Or do you just have...
I mean, I just leave it up to the skater.
Okay. It's
whatever the skater wants to do. Like, I didn't do the trick, you know? You 360 flip.
But you
360 flip Del Toro, not me, you know? Like, so it's like, if you want to use it, post it on Instagram, fucking post it on Instagram. But like, if you're working on a part, it's like, I want that to be my last trick. It's like, hell yeah, let's do it. You know, like whatever, like that's why I'm like, the filmers are here because of the skater, you know? We're here to document you guys and like make sure your guys' stuff looks the best. Like, it's not the other way around, you know? So it's like, if the skater wants to use a clip or something, like, go for it, you know? Like, that's
really
how
nice. I really like your vision.
Well, I'm just like, I know what it's like to not be able to get your footage or whatever, you know, like it's happened to me before, you know, and it sucks. Like, so it's like, you know, it goes back to like me, I understand what it's like to be on the skate side or to be the person that did the trick, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. I value the skater's opinion more than mine, you know? So it's like, if you tray flip El Toro and you want to post it on Instagram, fucking do it, you know?
Thank you. Let's film it. What projects are coming for your career?
For my career,
are you?
I mean, hopefully a ton of projects. Blood Wizard skateboards. That's the company that I'm pro for, and we're always going to be putting videos out. Like Tristan, we have a video coming out on Thrasher on the 27th of this month, and then
this month.
Yep.
Remember?
So in like 3 days.
Okay, in 3 days.
Yep, and then. I mean, all the stuff that I've just been filming will eventually come out next year. Tom's part, all that stuff. Like, keep on the lookout for that. And then, I mean, who knows? Only time could tell, you know?
Yeah.
hopefully something I can't even imagine is coming up, you know?
And more in this year, times are very weird right now. So we don't
But
know.
hey, we're fucking skateboarders, and we're gonna make it through it. We're gonna, but you know,
Yeah, that's true.
just keep on.
Are you planning maybe a video part, a huge video part produced by you? Maybe
Um,
not right now, but
the like that I'm filming.
that you're going to film
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like We Are Blood, you know, a whole
Um,
production.
I mean,
Obviously,
probably not in the near future. But I mean, one day for sure. You know, like I would love to make a Masher video. Like I have my own series on Thrasher called Masher, and
okay.
yeah, that you could check them out on YouTube or whatever. But it's mainly just kind of like me and my friends doing whatever we want to do, whatever we do. And yeah, one day it'd be cool to do like a full length Masher video with all my friends. You know, like I said, that's what I grew up doing and making. So that would be really fun to travel the world with a bunch of my friends and make some epic piece out of it, you know?
Yeah.
But
And what do you think are going to be the films in the future? Looking what the filmers are doing right now, what do you think is going to happen with the films in the skateboarding world in general?
I think
More cinematic. I don't know.
I don't even think we could imagine what it's gonna do, you know? Like, I mean, like who would have thought 10 years ago that filming would be where it is now, you know? Like 10 years ago everyone had a VX, and nowadays people have $50,000 red cameras, you know? Like it's insane, you know? Like I think like in 10 more years, you know, like robots will be filming us. Fuck, I won't have a job because some robot's going to be able to fly, follow someone and fucking, yeah, you're not going to need me.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know what is going to happen.
But as long as I get to just keep doing what I love to do, travel with my friends, skateboard every day, you know, like I'm happy. I'm content.
Okay. Last questions. Which message do you want to leave to all the skater who wants to be a pro in the filming part?
I'd say my best advice is just find a good group of friends that you guys all feed off of each other, whether it be filming or skating or both. Like, just get out there and do it, you know? Like, don't watch YouTube tutorials. Go out and try it yourself, you know? Like, just go learn, just have fun, be with your friends. Like, if I skate and film the best when I'm having fun with my friends, so I think that's the best way to learn, you know? Like, get out there and do it. Make videos, try tricks, play skate, like, just challenge yourself, you know, to like be better than you already are.
Good advices. Take note. And don't film with GoPro, just with GoPro.
No, GoPros are awesome. I love the GoPro. Like, you know, especially if you're like learning and you want, like, they're amazing, you know, like you could just pick them up, press record, and it's like, you could download it straight to your phone from the camera. Like the new GoPro Max, I've been using a bunch and it's phenomenal. Like it's shocking to me how like advanced this little camera is, you know, like if you look at my Instagram, I feel some stuff of like Elliot Sloan and Sky Brown on the new GoPro, and it's like, it looks insane. Like it has like a horizon line that like it automatically adjusts the horizon line for you, so that like when I'm following, like it kind of like the camera will tilt when I go up quarter pipes, but the GoPro just naturally adjusts the horizon line so that it's always level. Like it's insane. Like I bet one day, like, you know, like GoPros will be like, they already are almost better than other cameras, you know, like it's just like, yeah, they're crazy. It's
and
just
are very
like,
good with the friendly fires, don't you think? With the hits of the skaters, we don't have to be afraid with a GoPro.
exactly, yeah. I could just like throw it up in there and get so close and like pull it back, you know, 'cause it's like this big, like, you know, and like you could shove them, like you could like, I love using GoPros to like time lapse like drives, like I'll put it on top of the van, you know, like, and it's just like, like walking roads, or like you could put them inside death boxes and pools. Like You know, like you could fit a GoPro in so many places that you can't fit a Red camera, you know, like attach them to the board, attach them, like, you know, like GoPros are amazing. It's just like, my advice would be to like use a GoPro in a situation that you can't use any other camera, you know.
Ooh.
And then try to use other equipment so that you're well-rounded at using everything, you know.
But maybe don't get used to just use the GoPro, because you know I only use a GoPro. And
yeah, I mean, I would say just don't get used to any camera, you know, like try to use new equipment, try to learn. Like, you never know when someone's going to be like, oh, do you know how to use this camera, like, for this job? And like, if you could say yes, like, you know, like, that's good, way better, you know. It's like it's like being a well-rounded skateboarder, you know, like you want to be able to skate transition and street, you know, like it's the same as filming, you know, like you don't want to be stuck just doing one thing. Like, push yourself to like learn new equipment, you know, like try to film a different style that you normally wouldn't film, like push yourself, you know. Okay. GoPro, Red camera, whatever it is, you know, just like there's no right or wrong way to film, you know. That's the beauty of filming and skateboarding. It's like, do what you think looks good and what you love to do, like, and you know, I think, and then other people will appreciate it.
Okay, really nice advices, really nice vision. And we have one last important question. What do you prefer, Chris? Two options. So if I propose to you, hey man, we are going to make a video part, what do you prefer? To film that video part or to be the skater?
That's a funny question. Can I do both?
No. I'm going to.
I don't know. It just depends. Like, if it was like you get to film a part with Grant Taylor, it's like, fuck yeah, like I don't want to skate, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like I guess it just depends on the skater, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I mean, luckily I've been fortunate enough to I feel like I've only got to film my friends so far, you know, so it's like I feel really grateful and lucky that for everyone that's given me an opportunity to film my friends, you know, like, but at the same day, like I grew up as a skateboarder. I did not start as a filmer, you know? So it's like skateboarding, like, will always be number one in my heart, you know? It's like, I'll always put out video parts and that'll never change, you know? Like, and I'll always probably film video parts behind the camera, you know? Like, it's a hard question because I do love doing both, you know?
That is a nice answer.
If I had an opportunity to like film a video part with fucking Ty Evans, you know, like I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, but so it's just like, it would just depend on the scenario, like who's gonna film me or who am I filming, I guess, you know? Like,
okay.
Because I love them both. I love doing them both equally, you know? So it's like,
but yeah, if you need to choose, that is your answer. Depends on the skater, or maybe depends.
Exactly, yeah. You know, it depends on the situation because I love doing both equally.
I really
hope that more people like listening to this or whatever, like, could see that it's possible to do both, you know? Like, I wasn't sure if it was possible to like manage being a filmer and a skateboarder, but it's like, you know, that's the beauty of skating, is there's, you know, anything's possible.
Anything's possible in skate.
Do whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy, you know?
Yeah, I think that is a nice conclusion for skateboarding. And Chris, one last advice. You already give us advices for filming, but we want your advice as a pro skater, as a nice skater. What would be your advice for the skater that want to make a career in the skateboarding?
Just skate how it feels natural and best to you, you know? Like, don't be so influenced by like who's the best and all this and that, you know? It's like, I mean, Reynolds once said, like, just do the trick that makes you feel that's the most comfortable to you, you know? Like, all we want to see is Reynolds frontside flip, you know? Like, we just want to see Neen Williams do a fucking heel flip, you know what I mean? It's like, do what like feels best and looks best for you, you know, like don't be so caught up in what everyone else is doing, and just be yourself, like skate how what you think is cool, you know. It's like, that's why we're not baseball players, you know. There's no coaches, there's no like practices, like you have to do it this way or that way. It's like, skate how you want to skate and what feels good to you and what you enjoy, how the skating you enjoy watching, you know. And it's like, at the end of the day, like everything will come to you, you know.
Nice words and nice advices. Thank you for that. We arrived to the end of this conversation of this shit podcast, and we just have for the end of this conversation quick questions.
Yep.
You just have to say, what do you prefer of this? I'm going to make the questions. Which do you prefer, vertical or bowl?
Bowl.
Airs or grabs?
Airs or grinds?
Grabs.
Grabs. They're kind of the same thing.
Okay, but you know, air without grabbing the board?
Well, that's just like I guess without, probably.
Okay. Flips or spins?
Flips.
Frontside flip or backside flip?
Frontside flip, never backside flip.
Always frontside flip.
Always.
Fakie or switch?
Switch.
Music or silence when you are skating?
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
Nothing else but heavy metal.
And what is your board size?
I skate an 8.6 with Blood Wizard skateboard with 169 independent trucks, and I skate the Bronson raw bearings with 56 millimeter OJ wheels and mob grip tape.
Nice setup.
Yep.
Take note of that. Okay.
And I film and skate on my same board. I don't have a filming board because like I like to feel the most comfortable on my skateboard when I'm follow filming. So even though sometimes like the softer wheels would sound better, like I'm not gonna risk falling just because like my setup's a little different, you know. So I skate and film on the same board.
Okay, and you have mentioned something very important, and it's the noise of the wheels when we are filming. What is the best solution for that?
I like the OJ keyframes. They're a 55 millimeter wheel, but they're soft, so they look exactly like normal skate wheels, and they're not, so you don't get wheel bite. Like they're not, you don't need riser pads or anything like that, but they're just like, it looks like a normal wheel, but it's like an 87A, which like a normal hard wheel would be like 99 to 101A. So they're softer than normal, but like they're great for like skating ditches or like rough ground, you know, because you could still function your skateboard normally, but the wheels are softer, you know.
Okay. But they allow to do power slides.
They're a little harder to do power slide. That's why I like just filming with my normal wheels. But if I'm filming like a ditch line or like a street line on rough ground, like I'll always have the softer wheels. But when I'm filming in a bowl and I'm having to kick turn and actually use my skateboard like at a skill level, then I always choose to ride my normal board.
Okay, Chris, thank you for this interview. Thank you for this conversation. Thank you for the advices. It was a nice conversation. I really enjoyed to talk with you. And yeah, we hope that we can see more of you in the internet and whatever.
Yep, follow my Instagram's Tweestifer, so
for sure.
Check it out if you want to see what I'm up to. And thank you guys, Shit Magazine, for having me, and I can't wait to see what else you guys do too.
Yeah, that's great, Chris. Thank you for that. Thank you for the vibes, and thank you for accepting the invitation.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much. It was great to meet you and talk to you, and hopefully we get to meet in the future.
Please, for sure. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Take it easy.
Later.
Later.
Vibes. Bye.